Welcome back to another lesson, boys and girls. Today we are on book 131. The title is Please Pass the Maple Syrup. Our word work today, we're going to be looking at open syllables. Ooh, what are open syllables? So you can turn to a fresh page and head up. Make sure that you put today's date, whatever date it is for you, and then we will begin. Okay, so we are going to get ready to break some more words up into syllables, to divide some words. Okay, so what is an open syllable? Well, when you can divide a word into parts, and the first part or a part ends with a vowel with nothing else behind it, it's going to make a long sound, and this is just called an open syllable. So let me give you an example. I'm going to write the word nature. Okay, so nature is spelled N-A-T-U-R-E. So let's say this word, nature. Okay, so there are two parts. So the first part that I hear is nay. Okay, so if you can see here, A is a vowel. So this is an open syllable, so it's going to make a long A sound. Nature. Okay, so not nature, it's going to be nature. And we know it's going to be long A because it ends with a vowel. There's nothing else behind it. Let me give you one more. Do you like to eat bagels? I'm going to write the word bagels. B-A-G-E-L. So if you didn't know how to spell bagel, I guess you could look at it and say, well, this looks like bag, so maybe it's bagel. All right, but we know that bagel has two parts, bagel. So I definitely hear that bagel. So I'm going to split it. And then we can see, just like nature, it has an open syllable, so it's going to make a long A sound. Okay, I'm going to write some more words. I'm going to write the word maple. M-A-P-L-E. I'm going to write the word medium, like small, medium, large. M-E-D-I-U-M. I'm going to write the word recent. R-E-C-E-N-T. I'm going to write the word final. F-I-N-A-L. And I'm going to write the word over. Okay? And then what I want you to do now is I want you to try to divide these words into syllable. Listen for it as you're breaking it into parts, but I want to make sure that you slice it with the open syllable, with the vowel that kind of occurs by itself when you split it, because it's going to make that long vowel sound. Okay, so you can press me on pause to do that. Alrighty, I switched positions so I can sit comfortably. Okay, so here is our book for today. Please pass the maple syrup. Is it fiction or nonfiction? I hope you said nonfiction. This is a real informational text, informational book about maple syrup and how maple syrup is formed. Okay, so it's really interesting. So we just normally go to the store and just buy some syrup for our pancakes in a jar or container, not really thinking about the process involved in making it. So this book takes us through the sequential steps in making maple syrup. Whenever you're reading a nonfiction text, don't just read it like a book. You have to read it as a nonfiction text should be read, in that you are paying a lot of attention, very close attention to the text features. Okay, so everything in the nonfiction text is important. The table of contents is important. Okay, so how sweet, sugar maple trees, when to get the sap, how to get the sap, what happens in the sugar shack, bottling the syrup, grading the syrup from tree to table, and glossary. So it's important to always read the headings, because that tells us what the section is going to be about. If they're giving us a map or a diagram, we pay attention to see what extra information it's giving us to help understand the text a bit better. Captions, you always read the captions, don't skip over those. If they are giving you steps, sequential steps, follow those steps, because it's important to be able to know how to put events in order, in sequence. Sequence means what came first, what came next, and so on. But whenever you're reading, if they're giving you sequential steps, you should know how to put them in order. Okay? And then at the end of the book, they give us a glossary. What is a glossary? So I've heard lots of strange answers for a glossary. Well, normally in the glossary, they give you some important vocabulary from the text and the definitions, so what they mean. In some glossaries, they might even give you the page number to find it. Okay, so for example, amber, they say that amber means a golden color ranging from yellow to brown. Okay, so the glossary is always important to have a look at as well, just to understand some terms that you might not have understood as you were reading. Okay? All right, so I'm going to read just a very little bit of this with you, and then I want you to put me on pause and then read the rest, and then we are going to apply some of these text features to answering some comprehension questions. Okay, so first section, how sweet. The pancakes are ready. They're hot and stacked up high. They taste delicious, covered in pure, sweet maple syrup. Nature gives us many great tasting foods, and maple syrup is one of them. The syrup is made from sap, a liquid that flows from inside trees. And if we were to quickly go, see how the word sap is in bold? If we were to quickly go to the glossary, we would find the word sap, and it tells us the definition. Liquid that carries food to all parts of a tree. It's easy to open a bottle and pour out the maple syrup, but this tasty liquid has made a long journey to your table. The process of making maple syrup begins with the clear, sweet sap of a tree. Okay, so the next heading is called Sugar Maple Trees. Sap flows inside many kinds of trees, but maple syrup comes from the sap of sugar maples. These trees grow in North America. So here's a map. You can see what the map is called. You have to be able to actually read the map. So at this point, I want you to put me on pause and complete, please pass the maple syrup. Okay, so you should have finished reading, please pass the maple syrup. I have some questions here, and the only way that you can respond to these questions is by using text features. All those things that we talked about, using the table of contents, using the captions, using the photographs, the diagrams, the maps, the glossary, the headings. It's all important information. So there are 3 questions I want you to answer in your writing books. Okay, so the heading, comprehension, using text features. Number 1, what information does the map on page 4 give us? So how are you going to answer this question? Flip back to page 4, read the map, and try to determine what information is it giving us. Number 2, what is the purpose of the caption on page 8? So I've told you what captions are. You're going to have to look to page 8 and try to tell me what the purpose of the caption is. What's the caption for? And the last one, number 3, what does the glossary on page 24 tell us? Okay. All right, woo! That is our lesson for today. I am thankful that you hung in there. 8 minutes 33. Lesson's about done. Not too bad, not too shabby. So get this done. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully it will be sunny, whatever day you do this. Today it's a rainy day, an inside day. So I hope that you enjoy the rest of it. See you next time. Bye.